Most of us watch the traffic reports hoping to avoid an accident scene that will get in our way. But how often do you think about those people involved? After the wreckage is cleared, what's left can typically be a legal nightmare, especially if someone's hurt. So we have attorney Scott Elliott-Smith with the experience and the success to help. And Scott, you're going to tell us about a recent victory you had that really can change the way things are done out on the road. So I want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about this verdict you got, topping $10 million. Let's lead into this with the details of this crash and what happened.
We represent a truck driver, Robin. He was driving a semi-tractor, hauling two semi-tractors for delivery. He's driving down a rural road at night. It was wet. Another truck came to the intersection, had a stop sign, couldn't see, pulled into the intersection blindly. He avoided her by taking evasive action, as a professional driver would do, but rolled his truck, causing serious neck injuries.
Yeah, he was seriously injured, couldn't return to work even, right? So this is something that was very detrimental to his life.
Very much so. He did return for a year, but after his 5th neck surgery, he couldn't properly drive the truck and had to quit the career he loved.
Let's talk about how this could have been prevented then, because you mentioned a couple of key words in there, in that she was blind when she went around a corner. So what could have stopped this?
The intersection's sort of an X, Robin. So when she pulled up her box truck, she had limited visibility unless she angled her truck so she could see down the road. Because she wasn't properly trained, she pulled up straight. She couldn't see out her passenger window, and as she moved up into the intersection, she could see even less, but she kept going. And because she kept going, Doug had to take evasive action, swerved, saved her life, probably saved his life, but he ended up with a bad injury anyway.
How was it that she was not properly trained? Because the truck she was driving was different. What kind of plays into that?
Good question, Robin. She was driving a box truck, weighed 26,000 pounds. In our state, in the federal laws that we have that regulate trucking, if that truck weighed 1 more pound, that company would have required her to have a commercial driver's license, a CDL as we know it, the same as Doug had. She didn't have that training. She didn't have the proper training on the truck. Those two things together caused this collision that could have been prevented.
So you have this verdict in your favor, obviously. What are you hoping this does for the general public, for people out there, for these companies that aren't properly training their drivers?
Well, we hope it sends a message, Robin. This company has about 6,000 of these trucks on the roads in our neighborhoods where our children play. We hope it gets a message to stop that, to properly train their drivers, to properly have trucks with appropriate safety equipment on it so they can avoid this collision, this type of incident.
So as we talk about, too, kind of the aftermath, I guess, of this, we want people to realize that they can take on, or you can take on, even these corporations. You were helping the little guy, so to speak, the one who wasn't with a giant corporation. So kind of talk to us about how that process worked and why you were able to be successful in this.
Well, lawyers like me, Robin, work on a percentage because most people don't have the money to pay an hourly rate. We take on big insurance companies, we take on big companies all the time. It doesn't bother me to do that because it's a level playing field in a courtroom. They get their way out in public, but when it's in a courtroom, it's even, and we're glad to do it.
All right, and obviously you were successful in that. So if somebody is in any kind of accident that involves a serious injury, you're saying they should always seek legal help, right? I think sometimes people hesitate, maybe saying, well, I don't need a lawyer, I can't afford one. It can really benefit you.
Absolutely. The sooner I get a case like this, the sooner we can preserve the evidence, the sooner we can get it prepared, the sooner maybe we can get it settled, which is always our objective. But if we can't, we'll have the information and we can go to court.
All right, Scott, we also want to let people know they can always come in, talk to you about their case, right? Go to your website, learn more. Where do you want them to go to get in touch with you?
We have a website. They can come to that under Scott Elliott-Smith, LPA, or they can call us, 1-800-930-SCOTT.
Yeah, we have that number up on screen as well as the website so they can get in touch with you. So, Scott, I want to thank you and congratulations
on getting
that justice.
Thank you.